You know me. You might not know me, but you know somebody like me. I'm like a genre of dude. I'm not so unique. Like, I'm the guy who's been sober a long time but still doesn't have his shit together. I'm that dude you know. I don't think it's gonna happen ever for me. I used to think, eventually, I'll straighten out. Looks like I'm taking it all the way. Who am I kidding? Dying with my affairs in order feels like a squandered opportunity. It's like on my deathbed, I want to feel like I'm getting away with something. And I'm laying there, I see the light, and I'm like, oh man, I'm never gonna pay off this Gap credit card. Then I get to see what heaven's like. That's pretty good. You know, I believe in heaven. I believe in God, you know, like God, like the God your mom prays to. The whole deal, you know. I call Jesus the whole deal. Not in a weird way. All right? I don't go around talking about, I just told you about it, but I don't like talk about it to people really. Like if anybody like asked me about my beliefs, and nobody does, because I hang out with normal people, you know, heathens. They don't ask about that shit ever. But say somebody, like one of my friends, saw my Bible app on my phone, which I keep buried in a folder. But say, hey, what's up with that? I'd be like, don't worry about it. It's not for you. My faith, like the music of the band 311, I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to explain it. It makes me happy. Leave me alone. But I hear there's a heaven. That's pretty cool. I mean, I know my brain can't comprehend what goes on in heaven. I don't know. I have no idea what it would be like to be there. I gotta believe there's commercial-free YouTube. I hope. I like to think there. Like I like to imagine. I die. I don't know what's going on. First thing I do is pull out my phone, open up YouTube, because I don't know where I am. So, watch a video or something. Then I see the YouTube Premium logo. I freak out. I'm like, what the fuck? I canceled that trial so long ago. How much does this even cost? Then there's a hand on my shoulder. I look up and it's Jesus. He says, no, you didn't get fucked by auto renew. You're at the seat of the Father. My dad got commercial for YouTube recently. He died. He's dead now. Well, he's my dad. He passed away. My uncle died. Well, one uncle died. One went in his sleep. Another one dropped dead. It's a real dad move, dying. Dads love to die. It's like grilling. He was 76, just short of good run territory. Always leave him wanting more. Showmanship. I gotta tell people though, if you are fortunate enough to have your parents alive in your life, please don't waste the opportunity now to take them for granted. Because I'm so glad I did. Because I don't get to now. He's a little too present for my liking. For this next joke, you have to understand or remember that there was a TV show on Showtime called Dexter. Okay? And Dexter talked to his dead father a lot on that show. That's all you need to know for this joke. But I don't feel like it's a relevant cultural reference anymore, but I want to say this, and I want it to be funny. So know that. But act like I didn't say. Just put that out of your mind, but just have that fresh in your mind. I talk to my dad more than Dexter. What was I supposed to do? Act like every day was his last? Be like, oh, my papa, you'll be gone soon. Let's watch John Wick 2 again. That's what, if I had one more day left with my father, we would watch John Wick 2. and he would tell me about an audiobook that he's enjoying. And then I'd lie to him about having health insurance. I think that covers most of our, He was a great dad, but when he was alive, who gives a shit? Now I get to, this is how it's supposed to be, I feel like. People want to guilt you into having too much awareness. Perspective is for later. If you are unfamiliar with my work, it is because I am extremely unsuccessful. Like, it's kind of amazing how long I've been able to be this unknown. It is almost an accomplishment in itself that'll never be acknowledged. I've been doing this a while, so I've seen success, and it's a whole thing, I'm kind of happy the way they have all these like emails, Zoom meetings. My time is my own. I'm broke, but I know some really rich people. I hang out with some people who are like stupid rich, like it's insane. And it's a little weird because like I can't say to them, "Hey, give me some of that." Isn't it weird how you could just make me not poor right now? And it wouldn't even really affect you. You could just like text somebody and then like change my life, and like that's not gonna happen. We're like gonna split this check. I'm gonna put my Chase debit card next to that black metal slab. I'm gonna act like we're the same. They give the worst gifts, rich people. It's infuriating. Get a gift from a rich person, you're like, oh, what's this? Oh, here's a painted thimble. I thought it was fun. Where did you think it was fun? At your Tuscan villa? I need a computer. Can't take mine off the charger for like 3 minutes. I've given a lot of thought why I'm so unsuccessful. And if I had to really pinpoint the reason, I'd say it's because I hate to work. Always hated it. Tried to stay away from it. I did mess up for a while. I got an accounting degree and a job for a bit. Got rid of that. They got rid of me. But I didn't look like this when I was an accountant. I looked like this on the inside. They found that out. I don't work there anymore. On the day I was escorted out of the building, I was called into a meeting, but there was no meeting. Never go to a meeting. That's what I learned. Next time you're at work and someone says there's a meeting, get out of there. I fell for it. I ran down the hallway. I was like, oh, maybe there's bagels in the conference room. No bagels. They don't have bagels when they fire you. Who would care when you're spreading cream cheese? I don't give a shit about anything when I'm spreading cream cheese. You trying to, I'm getting like test results. Like, we got the biopsy back. I'm like, what? I got a cinnamon raisin here. I go into the conference room and there's just my boss, and then the guy that told me to get, the guy who trapped me. He's a witness. I never got fired like this before. I've been fired, but it'd be like, it's like, give me your apron, get the fuck out of here. This was like official firing. They made me sign all these papers that said like I could never tell anybody about any of it, which is why I tell everybody all the time. I love to break a non-disclosure agreement. They made me sign a paper that says if I tell anybody about this, I owe them $1 million. I'll owe somebody $1 million. That's hilarious to me. You want to scare me? You make me sign a paper that says, you tell anybody about this, you'll owe us $375. Oh, fuck! You want all my money? But I've worked hard in other jobs too. It's thankless. Before I was an accountant, I dropped out of school for a little bit. I worked as a production assistant on movies in New York. That's like the lowest job you can have. But you work these crazy hours. If you work in like film production, it's like 16, like 18 hours some days, and it's like nobody's like, what are we doing? Like, we can maybe not do this. How about we go home at a reasonable hour and Coyote Ugly comes out a few months later or something? The world's not waiting on this movie. I did work on Coyote Ugly. You're welcome. I worked on another movie called Bringing Out the Dead, directed by the great Martin Scorsese. And Martin Scorsese directed me to get out of his fucking sight. I didn't do nothing to Martin Scorsese. I wasn't even... all right. They're shooting at Bellevue in this hallway. I am not close to Martin Scorsese. I'm going to say maybe 10 yards away at the end of the hallway. I had to get to the other side of the thing. And I know, don't look at Martin Scorsese. I didn't look at him. You can't look at him. He did a lot of cocaine. Now, he doesn't like it when poor people look at him. I'm sure Nicolas Cage could look at him, but I know I couldn't. That was clear. But they're shooting in this room. I hear rolling, so I'm like, I freeze. I look away, and then I hear cut in that Martin Scorsese voice. I hear cut. Who is that? Get him out of here. And I was like, oh, somebody fucked up. Then his assistant comes over and is like, can you stand behind that plant or something? He doesn't want to see you out of the corner of his eye. I don't know. It was like the opposite of being discovered. I was just trying to exist, and Martin Scorsese was like, no! That person should not be a person at all. I do have a girlfriend who I live with. There's a person who loves me. She's pretty successful. She makes more money than me. I mean, one of us had to do that. We couldn't both make as much money as me and live indoors. I know some dudes, they say, oh, I can never be with a woman who makes more money than me. And I tell them, give it a shot. It's pretty cool. I get to live better than I deserve. And we get to be feminists together. I love being feminist. It's my favorite thing to do. We'll go out to eat, and then the waiter will just hand me the bill. I'll just look up at him and shake my head. Like, what year is this man? Over there. This is how unsuccessful I am, too. Okay? I started manifesting. Started watching manifest videos. That's when you got nothing. You and the person making the video, you're both just, I don't know. Let's try this shit. Manifestation does not work, but I believe in it. But it doesn't work. It gives false hope, which some days it feels like it's the best I'm gonna get. The person making the video is a lot of times like somebody who used to be an actor, but then they manifested making manifestation videos in their car because their roommates, they don't have jobs either, I guess. But here's the thing, as I say it doesn't work, but then I do shit that's against it. Like I like telling all these jokes about how I have no money and I'm a loser or whatever. Like, okay, I have a joke that I like to tell. It's people have a hard time figuring out my age because I appear much younger than I am when you look at my accomplishments. I wrote that joke in 2006. I've been able to tell it ever since. Nobody's like, hey, maybe you should stop telling that joke, you know? It's like, doesn't make sense anymore. Everybody's like, yeah, that's good. I gotta come up with some rich jokes, some successful jokes, you know, jokes about rich shit, like Camry XLE. That's the best one, I think. You know, a friend of mine got the SC, I had to act like it was all right. You know, there's like some dudes, they'll talk to you at like, about BMW model numbers, like you're supposed to know what they are. I'm like that, except with the Camry. I gotta come up with a real rich joke. I got one real rich joke that I'm working on. So this is a joke, like I'm rich now. I'm talking like as a rich person. And the one big rich thing I think I would buy is an island. So I'm like, hey, I'm really rich. I got an island. Problem with having an island now, because Epstein, you know, Jeffrey Epstein. People say, you want to come to my island, they think it's nefarious. And I have to explain to them, no, this isn't like a pedophile thing, this island. You're here because I'm going to hunt you. I gotta come up with some more of those. I gotta stop with the failure mindset, but I love the failures. I love, you know, some of you are here. I'm not gonna ask anybody to raise their hand. But we're in the room. We moved to Los Angeles. Things didn't go as planned. We're everywhere. We run this fucking city. Not the part that we want, but the rest of it. And the successful people, they're fucked. AI is gonna take all of you out. Not us. You need a soul for it to be crushed by rejection. What's AI gonna do to me? Can't do nothing. Computer's gonna write a better joke than me? There's a bunch of people who already write better jokes than me. I do this for 20 years. I'm not that good at it. I make no money. You can't kill me. I'm already dead. Thank you all so much. I love all of you.